Nets off the tip. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Wiggins and Covington are the forward pair. The tandem at the 1 and the 2, Teague and Colvin. And it's Towns in at the center, locking down the middle.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Now, here's Colvin. Six to shoot. Shot on the wing. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Durant down low. Covered by Wiggins. Towns with the defensive effort.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Staying alert and aware. Wiggins sees his man flash to an open spot. Pass is right on the money.
Durant with it from deep three-point range. Oh, he hits it! Oh, how about that shot?
Big time! Big time!
Incredible!
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
That's an impossible shot, man, even when you don't have the clock to worry about.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Nets out in front, up by 3. And the second quarter will be up. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Timberwolves. It's a 3-point game. So on the floor for Minnesota, Teague is flanked by Okogie in the backcourt. Wiggins is out there with Bell, and it's Towns in at the 5. Dinwiddie against Teague. And it's sent back by Allen.
It's really hard to shoot over Allen, which is probably why you shouldn't try to do it. Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Here's Okogie, defended by Allen. Okogie, the pass to Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Oh, I love how Towns plays with a chip on his shoulder. He brings it every night with force.
Now, Dinwiddie, from downtown, gets the three-pointer to fall. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nets lead by 4. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back from the first half. Been a dandy so far. A dandy. You like that word, Kenny?
You know
it's
what?
a dandy.
My third grade teacher used to say that all the time.
That you're a dandy.
So this is a dandy of a class.
It is. And this is a dandy of a show. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet, Shaquille O'Neal.
What's a dandelion?
Well, basically, that's what the class was.
A really cool line. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, they showed a lot of discipline on offense. Called some high percentage plays. Even when the defense devised different looks, they always seem to have the answer. That's good coaching.
Shaq, what you think about Minnesota?
Well, they had a hard time scoring inside. In fact, their offense was run almost exclusively along the perimeter. A lot of jumpers. It's too predictable. You got to mix it up.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of the game that's been so far. And here are the Timberwolves, trailing by 4. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Nets. Wilson Chandler out there with Jordan. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's KD in at the small forward position.
You know, Harris loves to shoot it outside, but I like seeing him capitalize from there, too.
Outside Teague. Pass to Wiggins. Rebound, Brooklyn. Now here's Durant. He dishes it to Irving. Back to KD. Nets passing it around. Harris kicks to Durant. 5 to shoot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
The first free throw is good, so it's both teams making substitutions here. And so Jordan nails both of them. Here's a Kobe. Just 3 on the clock. That one doesn't drop. The third quarter comes to a close. Nets out in front, leading by 8. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, they've got Layman. Gorgie Dang is out there with Van. Then it's Culver, and it's Okogie in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Dinwiddie, the 15-footer. Good. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're trailing by 10. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Brooklyn making a change here. LeVert's checked in. And then for Minnesota, Graham's checked in. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for Culver. Napier kicks to Graham. Jang dishes to Napier. A 3-pointer off the mark. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
And it's Karuch missing. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Passes to Napier. Fires the 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Here's Karuch. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes